Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So in this video, we'll be discussing first problem in array series. If you're not aware of array data structure, I would highly recommend just watch the previous video of this series. You will be able to understand what array data structure is, and then you can hop onto this video. So this video's problem is largest element in array. Okay, we'll start from basic. Don't worry if you have zero knowledge of how to do coding and all that. We will start from basics. You'll learn data structure algorithms. So let's see this problem. What they are saying in this problem is that you are given an array. The task is to find the largest element in it. Okay. So in input is what you will be given in the question. So this array is given to you, and in the output they are expecting what they are expecting the largest element. What is the largest element in this array? 90, right? So 90 will be the output. Basically, output means that you have to give whatever they want to find, right? Whatever they are asking us to find, you have to give that in the output. Okay. If you see, the expected time complexity is O of n and expected auxiliary space is O of 1. Don't worry what these terms means. Don't worry. I would recommend that you guys go first. You can just see any video on YouTube, or maybe you can just check on Geeks for Geeks also. You will be able to understand what time complexity and space means. Constraints for the problem is that the size of the array will start from minimum to 1 and will go maximum to 10 raised to power 5. This means that this arrays, right, this array size could be as minimum as 1, or it can go to up to 10 raised to power 5 elements. Okay. And the array may contain duplicates, which is fine. Okay. And this means that the any value in the array will be can be from 0 to 10 raised to power 5. Okay, that is array, any array element. Like this is 1, right? So it can be 10 raised to power 5 also here. Alright. So let's understand how we will uh, approach this problem. So in this series, guys, I will be focusing more on approaching the problems. I would assume that you guys can code in your like favorite language, if it's in Java or C++, whichever you want. Okay, that is not a big deal. Main objective of this series is to build your logic building. So I would recommend that you guys like code yourself, which will be better, but logic building we will learn mostly here. Okay, so let's see. First of all, anytime you get an array, right? Anytime you get an array, first of all, do the indexing of that array. What is indexing? Indexing, if you remember, every array element, right, is associated with an index. So this is my array, right? This is my array. You can give index. So 0, index 1, 2, 3, and 4. Indexing always starts from 0. Okay. Now I have to find out what is the largest element here. What is the largest element here? So largest element here is 90. Right? It's 90. So how will I get to know that? I have to see. I have to check every element, like which is the largest, which is the largest. Okay, this is the largest, this can be largest. I don't know which will be the largest. So I will have to start iterating this array. What do you mean by iterating? Iterating means traversing the array. Traversing the array means just going to each array element once. So we have to iterate this array to check which is the maximum element, which is the largest element. So I will iterate this array, and initially what I will do, right, I will keep a variable maximum element. You can name it as anything. I will just name it as maximum element, and initially I will give it value of ARR of 0. That whatever my ARR of 0 is, I will just initialize it with this. I'm just assuming that, okay, my maximum element can be this. It can be, okay. I'm not saying it will be, it can be. Okay, so what will be initially maximum element? ARR of 0 is what? ARR of 0 is 1. Okay, so this can be 1. I'm just assuming it. Now what I will do, I will just traverse in this array. Okay, I will go to each element and I will go to one by one. Like so, what I will do, see, I will start from one index. Since already 0 I have already stored here, so no, like, what's the benefit of going to again? I will just start from this index. I will see, okay, 8. What is ARR of, let's say, I'll take a variable I. Okay, is starting from one index. What is ARR of I? ARR of I meaning ARR of 1. Because I is 1. So what is ARR of 1? It's 8, right? I will see whether 8 is greater than the maximum element. Yes, it's greater because maximum element is what? It's 1. So 8 is greater than 1. Hence, obviously 1 will not be the maximum element in this array, right? Because 8 is greater than 1. So 8 will be the maximum element. Like 8 can be the maximum element. I'm not saying it will be, but 8 can be. So I will update my maximum element to be this ARR of I. Okay. So maximum element will now be 8. Alright. Now I will move my I. Now I will become 2. I is storing the index. Okay. So I will become 2. Now ARR of I is what? ARR of 2, which is 7. So here we will get 7. Okay. Now we will see whether 7 is greater than the maximum element. Maximum element is what? 8. Is 7 greater than 8? No. So we will not do this. We will just simply move our I forward. So I will become 3. ARR of 3 is what? 56. So I will here have 56. Now I will check whether 56 is greater than maximum element. What is maximum? 8. Yes, 56 is greater. So now maximum element will become ARR of I. ARR of I is what? ARR of 3, which is 56. So now it will be 56. So this will become 56. Okay. I will move now I forward. Now I will become 4. So ARR of 4. What is ARR of 4? It is 90. Okay. I will see now whether 90 is greater than maximum element, which is 56. Yes. So now ARR of I, which is ARR of 490, will go to maximum element. So now this will become maximum element. Now if you see, we have traversed this entire array and we have got the maximum element in our maximum element variable. So at last we will return this variable. Okay. Let's quickly understand what we have done. So first step was, I'm just writing the algorithm. Okay. First of all, what we did, we have taken a variable maximum element and initialize it with ARR of 0. Okay. Then what we did, after that what we did, we take a variable I, initialize it with 0. Then we iterated on the array. So for iterating on array, right, we have to use a loop. You can use a while loop or you can use a for loop, whichever you want. I hope you know how to use for loop and while loop. And every time we will check if ARR of I is greater than the maximum element. If yes, then what we will do, we will assign maximum element to be ARR of I. Okay. I hope you understood this. Let's quickly see the code once. So see here code, what we have done, we have taken this variable maximum element, initialize it with 0 value, ARR of 0 value. Then we have run a loop from index 1 till the last index, and every time we check whether ARR of I is greater than maximum element. If it's that, we assign maximum element ARR of I. And at last we return maximum of element. Okay. So guys, I hope you understood the problem and the approach. Time complexity, let's understand that. What do you mean by time complexity? So see, here we are running, see, if you see here, we are running a single loop. Okay. And we are not using any nested loop or something. So how many times this loop will run? It will run in len of AR of. So here obviously you can write n also, because n is the length of array. So how many times this will run? It will run approximately n times. Okay. So what will be the time complexity? O of n, because there is only single loop and it's going traversing once. So it will be O of n. And space complexity will be, we are not using any extra space. It's just simply variables which are using. So space will be constant, which is O of 1. Okay. Now for guys, those who have understanding of recursion, right? They can see the recursive approach of this problem. If you are not aware of recursion and you do not know what recursion is, you can either check out my recursion playlist, which will I will give link in the description. Or if you want to use any other resource for learning recursion, you can learn that. No worries. Now let's quickly see the recursive approach of this problem. Okay. It's not like you cannot use this approach. It's totally dependent on you, whatever approach you want to use. Okay, both are correct. It's just a different way of solving this problem. Okay. So guys, if you know, right, if we have to do a recursion, whenever we have to approach a recursive problem, right, we have 3 steps. First step is base case. Base case. Second step is recursive call. Recursive call. And third step is small work. Okay. So base case we will discuss later. Recursive call, let's understand what does this mean. Okay, so whenever any array is given to you, right, it totally depends on you how you. Recursive call basically means to dividing the problem. Recursion, what does recursion mean? Recursion means that dividing, like breaking your bigger problem, this is your bigger problem, into smaller problems. Okay, so recursive call means how you will divide your problem. And whenever array is given to you, right, array or string is given to you, you can divide your array or string. Either you can divide it here, like 0 index you will work on and rest you will pass on recursion. So this is your bigger problem. You will divide it by at the 0th index, and the rest of the will you will give to the recursion. Or you can divide it from here at the last index. So this you will work on, and the rest of the array you will pass to recursion. It totally depends on you how you want to do it. So in this problem, I will divide it like this. That 0 index I will work on, and the rest of the problem, this problem I will pass to recursion. Okay. Now, so we have decided on the recursive call. Now, what I will assume that this recursion will give me the maximum number in this array. So in this array, what is the maximum number? 90. So recursion will give me 90. Okay. Now we have to do small work. Small work means that we got the recursive result. Now we have to work here to get the final answer. That is what small work is. That we have to do some work. So what work I will do is, I have this value. I will compare this value with the recursive value which we got from the recursion, and I will just see which is the maximum. I will return that. So here I have 1, and here I have, from the recursion I've got 90. I will find out the maximum of them. Whatever is maximum, I will return that. This is my small work. So recursive call we have done the small work. Base case is possible. Base case is possible valid answer. Possible valid input. What is your input? Your input is this array. What is the smallest valid input? Okay. What can be the smallest input? Okay, either array can be empty, or array can have one element. I am assuming that array will have one element. So if array has one element, what will be the maximum element in that array? This element itself. So the base case will be that whenever you reach the last index, right? Whenever your I will reach the last index of the array, you will return ARR of I, because that element will be only the largest element. Because if there is only one element in the array, this means that there is only one element in the array. And if there is only one element in the array, last element will be the maximum. So that is your base case. So with that, let's quickly see the code, the recursive code. Okay, so in recursive code, I have taken this helper function because I have to pass the index. So we are passing the length of the array and 0. Then I check if we have reached the base case. So this is the base case. That is, if there is only one element, then just simply return that element, because that will be the largest element. Otherwise, just call recursive from I plus 1. So I plus 1. So if this I is 0, you will call recursion from I plus 1. That is I equal to 1. From 1 I equal to 1, you will pass this whole thing, you will pass to recursion. And then recursion will give you 90. So you will get 90 here. And then you will just find out maximum of 90 and ARR of I. ARR of I here will be what? 0. So I hope you understood this approach as well. Time complexity again of this approach is O of n, because we are doing a single, we will come to every element once. And obviously we are, apart from the recursive stack, we are not using any extra space. So I hope you understood this problem and the approach. For those who are pretty new to this, it might seem like what is all this, but it's very simple, guys, very simple. See, this is a very small code. Okay, if you're not able to understand recursion, don't worry. I would highly recommend just go through my recursion playlist or anywhere where you feel comfortable and understand. So yeah, if we run this code, it'll get submitted. So I hope you understood this problem and the approach. We will continue this series and we will see all the other problems of arrays. So I hope you guys found the video helpful. Please like it, share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.